90% people don't think, they just react. Are you one of them? And that's why they lose every argument. Critical thinking means that you have the ability to think and to come to a conclusion in confusion about what you should do and what you should believe. This kind of thinking makes you capable of thinking deeply about everything, because of which you don't blindly follow TV news, social media, parents, teachers, or your culture. Instead, you logically analyze every piece of information yourself and then derive your own conclusion. On the other hand, people who cannot think critically operate based on their emotions or psychological conditioning. Such people are not tolerant at all, and whenever an argument or fact comes in front of them that goes against their conditioning, instead of giving a solid answer, they start attacking you or take support of anger and sarcasm to damage your reputation. Even if you are right, they try to make others believe that you are wrong. If you also feel that you often advance others' arguments, then this will feel relatable to you. Because nowadays most people outsource their thinking, and without thinking, they declare that their truth is the only truth and everything else is nonsense. However, the good news is that almost anyone can develop critical thinking without reading any book or without any teacher. So in this episode, we will discuss 6 ways which, if practiced, can help you develop your critical thinking skills and even your decision-making quite easily. Number 1. Before strengthening your argument, strengthen the other person's argument. This is because if you want to reach the truth, then whenever you read something, hear something, or debate with someone, first try to understand their information deeply. Because if you don't even understand what the other person is trying to say and you reject it immediately, then at that moment you lose the argument, and you also don't get to know whether your own argument was actually correct or not. This is a very important part of good conversation and critical thinking, because to explore any new information, you need to keep your mouth shut so that you don't keep repeating only what you already know, and so that you can pay attention to other arguments like a good listener. Even when you are thinking alone, you are doing the same thing, you let different thoughts compete with each other and see which one has more weight. However, most people make the mistake of creating a very weak version of the opponent's argument in their mind so that they can easily defeat it and rationalize their own argument. But here you are not thinking deeply, you are just using your conclusions to justify your proof, whereas in reality you should use your proof to shape your conclusion. So never rush to reach a conclusion and make sure you have understood the information properly. Number 2. Explore other points and viewpoints. Meaning, when you understand the core of an argument, then find the why behind it. For example, if you take interest in politics, ask yourself why so many people support a particular party and its policies, even when according to you another party is better. Even if you disagree with everything about a party, this mental exercise of exploring all their points will help you understand why ideas and policies that seem useless to you attract others. This understanding will make you open-minded and help you take more informed decisions. Number 3. Ask the right questions. For example, a common topic is whether God exists or not. If someone asks you whether you believe in God, instead of directly answering, don't assume that your definition of God is the same as theirs. Also, you don't know in what context they are asking this question. Are they trying to understand your view of reality, or are they trying to judge whether you are intelligent or not? Your answer will change based on context. So before answering or concluding, start questioning the information, and also question yourself: what do you already know, how do you know it, and what proof do you have or want to disprove? Even great philosophers like Socrates used to ask questions to guide people, because the right questions can lead you to the right answers. Number 4. Learn to find errors in your thinking. Because when thoughts come into our mind automatically, they come very fast. To achieve this speed and quickly understand our environment, our brain often uses shortcuts. This happens because most people are never taught logical thinking in school or college. That's why many people lack common sense. But knowledge of common thinking errors can protect you from these mistakes. For example, generalization. Assuming one fact applies to everything, which is usually not true. Appeal to authority, when someone proves their argument by pointing to an authority figure, but this alone is not enough proof. Cognitive dissonance, when a person holds contradictory beliefs at the same time. For example, you say one thing but do another, yet still believe you do what you say. Until you address these errors, you cannot think critically. Number 5, learn to write. Not random writing, but writing about something that forces you to think. When you write, you learn to organize your thoughts so that you can express them clearly and logically. You can write about problems or topics on which you have strong opinions. When you start writing, you realize how to summarize scattered ideas, remove contradictions, choose the right words, and structure your sentences so your argument becomes clear and logical. The more you write, the sharper your critical thinking becomes. Number 6, analyze things in reverse. A good example is the chicken and egg problem. What came first, the chicken or the egg? At first, it seems the chicken must come first to lay the egg. But then you realize that the chicken must have also come from somewhere, and since chickens come from eggs, maybe the egg came first. Similarly, whenever you read or think about something, try to view it from all angles. For example, if you hear that God created humans, a critical thinker won't blindly agree or disagree. Instead, they will reverse the statement and think, did God create humans, or did humans create the concept of God? This method is especially useful when you are stuck on a problem and cannot find a way forward.